Of the 97 fires burning across Australia's most populous state, New South Wales, 43 of them are not yet contained. The state's rural fire service says a volunteer firefighter was killed. Two others suffered burns after their truck rolled over in extreme winds. New South Wales has borne the brunt of wildfires that have killed 10 people and razed more than 1,000 homes across the country. For more on this, let's bring in freelance journalist Tyson Whelan. He joins us now from Lakes Entrance, Australia. Tyson, first of all, thank you so much for speaking with us today. Can you tell us a little bit about where you are right now, what the conditions are like there?
Yeah, well, I'm in Lakes Entrance at the moment, Lois, and this is in Victoria. So the fires that you mentioned, which have ravaged the communities within New South Wales for over 2 months now, is the state north of Victoria. Down here on the southeast coast of Australia in Victoria, fires started around 2 weeks ago, and certainly in the last 24 hours have picked up in ferocity, with high winds coming from central Australia, bringing with it a great deal of heat. And those fires have come from northern Victoria in the East Gippsland region down towards the coast. And at this time of year during the summer, there are tens of thousands of people here in the community celebrating New Year's and the holiday period. So it is certainly a scary time as those fires move from those forest areas down to these coastal communities and envelop in those inland communities as well.
Right, and I understand that the area you're in, it's actually a heavy tourist area. So what has been the effect of these fires on tourism locally?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is a tourist area. This time of year, tens of thousands of people from metropolitan Melbourne, the Victorian capital, come down the coast about 4 hours east of Melbourne to areas like Lakes Entrance and other towns along the coast, including Meetung and a few others. And at this time of year, millions of dollars injected into the local economy. Yesterday, Sunday, there were tens of thousands of people evacuating this area as Victorian Emergency Department's officials indicated that the fires would come to this region. So with that, left thousands of tourists. Many residents decided to stay and defend their homes. It's a reality of living in Australia, and indeed in this area of Australia, the reality that you may have to defend your home. And this afternoon, many families did have to do that indeed.
So what exactly are authorities telling people to do, though? Are people defying evacuation orders, or are these voluntary evacuations?
Well, there is no requirement for people to evacuate. The recommendation came out for all of East Gippsland yesterday. This is a region half the size of the country of Belgium. It's a massive area, and there's only one highway that comes into this region. If everyone did indeed leave, it would have caused mass panic regardless of what happened. There is no win in this situation, but tens of thousands of people have stayed in this region. And fortunately, firefighters, the Country Fire Authority, have done a pretty good job to maintain resources for thousands of people that have stayed. However, we are now seeing around 14 of these blazes reach the level considered an emergency warning, and that is the highest level of warning that can be received within the state of Victoria. And that means that people like myself, my family, and others around this region are being encouraged to stay indoors, be prepared to fight spot fires from embers falling from the sky with hoses and buckets of water. This is the reality now for communities in East Gippsland, and this is a reality that has been the case in places like New South Wales over recent months as well.
Right, and for Australians, you're hours away almost from ringing in the new year. There is some controversy surrounding the choice to go ahead with fireworks displays in some parts of the country. What are people saying about that?
There is some serious concern around the use of fireworks. Just looking at the reality of using fireworks during this period, firefighters are currently protecting homes in huge foresty areas. They can't be, quite frankly, they can't be in town looking after masses of people when there are fireworks going off. Fireworks can lead to fires starting. It's the reality that's happened here in Lakes Entrance in recent years. Of course, the major fireworks will be in Melbourne and Sydney, the major cities in Australia. Those fireworks are going to go ahead. In these smaller communities like Lakes Entrance, fireworks have been cancelled, which is the right decision, and many within the community think so. With those metropolitan ones, there is some concerns around the money being spent on fireworks, millions of dollars, of course. That the theory is that could be redirected towards fire resources. Unfortunately, these fireworks are organised many months in advance, but indeed some are saying rather forget about the money. we shouldn't be celebrating while there are communities in serious dire need at the moment of our love and support. And certainly that's a community concern within those regions that are fire affected at the moment.
Okay, freelance journalist Tyson Whelan, our thoughts are with you and everyone in Australia who is battling these fires continuously and really suffering because of it. Thank you so much for joining us.
No worries, Lois. Thank you.